Continue to
blood
breathe.
and like I sound silly saying it, but it just sort of like blood and a hatchet. That's just what came through.
That's okay. Just trust what's happening. Everything will make sense as it goes on. Don't try and thinking what does that mean. This as it's like a movie. As it goes on, you'll experience it.
I can see or sense like the flapping of the tail, like the tail.
Yep. Yep. Anything else? Keep letting them continue progressing.
And then I see that I'm spinning around, like I'm spinning around. Like, and then it's getting blurry, and then there's flailing, you know, like a flapping, and then flailing and murkiness, and then something like something, you know, like a weapon maybe.
Yep. So you're in the water now.
Yeah, I was in the water all the time.
Yep. Relaxing and breathing, everything will explain itself. You're just observing, don't take it on. Things will explain itself. Go ahead.
Like the frequency that's like uncomfortable now, like I haven't experienced before, like this high pitched, like it's like a squealing, like a.
From?
It's not nice.
Who's doing the squealing?
It's my other friends.
Say it again.
My other friends, the whales.
Okay, some of the whales are making these high pitched sounds. Okay, at the whale that's hurt.
They're being tortured.
They're being tortured. Okay, so now we're gonna do something now. Relaxing and breathing. I'm gonna place my hand on your heavenly host. As far as your angels and God, your higher self assist you as well. As I place my hand now around the shoulder blade region for you, we're going to dislodge that happening vibration out of your shoulder blades now. My hands are now there. As my hands are there, you literally feel the release now. The vibration has been released now. Out it goes. Out it goes. Breathe with the divine weapon of source. Out it goes. Freeing that discomfort now out of your shoulder blades. It does not have any use in there anymore. It was something of another reality. You've now freed of it from this day forward. 3, 2, 1. The vibration leaves your body now. I'm pulling it out of there now. Out of your shoulder blades. Out of your shoulder blades. It's free now. As it frees, it does not leave any scarring of any type. It does not leave any pain, residue of any type. Everything regenerates back perfectly. 3, 2, 1. You feel the freedom out of your body now completely. Physically, vibrationally, energetically. Through the remainder of this session, there's freedom in your shoulder blades that has to do with that experience. Through the entirety of this session, you feel the freeing. After the session, you feel freeing your shoulder blades. There's no more reason to carry that forward anymore because you've released it and you've chosen to let it go. And so it is freed. And so it is. How is it now?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. Now, we're going to get the story now of that fish itself. Relax and breathe. I'm going to count from 5 to 1. As we go into this does not distress you in any shape, way, or form. This only gives you more knowing and understanding of this life that we're in. As I count from 5 to 1, you become that fish, but you're able to relate to me perfectly what's going on till the point of your exiting the body. Consciousness of you being that fish is fully clear now. 4. You still bring with the divine weapon of source. 3. On 1, you are the fish clearly enough so you're able to explain what's going on from your point of view. 2, 1. We go to the point of you being the fish that is most relevant for this story that we're focusing on. What's going on now? The story begins. What's happening till the point of the harpooning?
I'm burping. I can't breathe.
I'm going to count 3 down to 1. You're able to breathe once again. Your brain frees now because you're not directly in the water. And if you're in the water, you're able to breathe freely. 3, 2, 1. Any guggling, any blockages, free out of your throat. free out of your airway, free out of your lungs. You're able to breathe freely and still be able to relate what's happening. 3, 2, 1. Your brain is now clear once again. If necessary, just observe the scene and be able to understand what's going on with the fish. 3, 2, 1. Observe the fish. Even though you understand being the fish, tell what's now going on. Still being real, but you're watching the fish, but you're able to relate to it because you're completely still connected to it. Do it that way now and have no issue at all in breathing. It is now clear. Know what's happening from the fish point of view. You're able to hear what you're thinking as the fish, what you're feeling as the fish without being affected by it in your own body. Just to be able to relate the story from the point of view of being the fish or the family or school of fish. 3, the freeing happens completely.
Calm waters, and then everything just went dark, and like the energy shifted, and there's frequencies of, everyone else screaming, and then chaos, and just frantic energy, and just this ongoing like.
And what kind of fish are you? Just to be clear. See yourself, your form clearly, so to say what kind of fish you are.
I'm a whale.
Okay. What are the others? Just to be clear, the other fish that are around. What are they? Are they whales as well? What are the other fish that are there? You said others are screaming. When you say others, are you referring to fish? Just to be clear, that's all. The others that are screaming, what are they? See them now. You're watching it from a vantage. You can see everything.
I'm seeing dolphins and whales.
Say it again.
I'm seeing dolphins and whales.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to make you. So just to be clear, so we get a clearer picture of what's going on. Dolphin and whales. Okay, they all screaming because
I'm more round in the head. Like I'm round. I don't have that stream. I'm not a dolphin.
Thank you.
I'm definitely a whale.
Okay. Now, I'm going to count 3. Yeah, go ahead.
Just chaos. Like, it's just horrible and eerie and just not nice.
Okay, now I'm going to place my hand around your third eye, forehead region. As I do so, you're going to understand the language that's being communicated between the fish to just be able to understand in translation, in human translation, the closest, anything that's being communicated as there's communication usually among fish and especially among whales and dolphins. As I count from 5 to 1, you're tuned again, so you are that fish, so you're able to transmit to your own self what's being said, if anything, communicated that is, amongst the fish. 5, just the key things, just a few things that is being translated. 4, 3, the knowing comes to you, remember all again. 2, 1. Listen in now. You have to understand what's being communicated among the fish when this chaos was happening. Just mention a few things that you think is worth mentioning in communication among the fish when this was happening. We're grateful to the heavens for making it possible. The knowing was with you once again. You have all the remembering, the knowing.
It's like just run. Like it seems cliche. Like this is the scene. I mean, it's obvious what's happening, but it's just like run, go. Like,
thank you.
Get out. Like, just go.
Mm-hmm. Very good. All right. Now, you've done really well with that. I'm going to count 3 down to 1 again now. You're going to see who's doing the harpooning. Describe them. Describe what it is and who's actually doing it and so on. 3, 2, 1. Get to see who did the harpooning, where it came from, and who's responsible. We're grateful to the heavens. Again, you're watching it from above enough to see everything very clearly.
The Japanese, and they're in a big boat. They're in a big commercial boat.
Okay.
And they've got us trapped in this little bay area, and then the water's pretty much turned red.
Uh-huh.
Like, maybe my brain is saying Norway, but I don't know. Like, I can see a little bay area.
Very good.
And that's conflicted with what I've seen in pictures and movies, but it's a bay area.
Uh-huh.
The water's murky, and they're just getting as much as they can.
Okay. Once again, this will not distress you in any shape or form after this.
A whole lineup of like dead dolphins and whales. Like there's just the sea's basically red.
Okay, all right. Now, go ahead.
It's a mixture of Japanese and some other race.
Very good. But how many do you see, and what are they? Okay, what have they used to go? Is it like a boat, a ship? What are they using? See it very clear and describe briefly enough what you can say about what the vessel they are using.
It's a big vessel and it gets really long at the front, and then at the front there's like this shooting harpoon thing, and then on the side there's nets, or like something to pull them in and up. But there's like definitely like a shooting target harpoon.
Very good.
And in their hands I've got hatchets on the boat.
Now, as this is happening, about how many people do you see on this boat? Approximately, it doesn't have to be exact.
Around 30.
Very good. That's good enough. Okay.
Like, there's at least 3 boats.
All right.
There's one, maybe.
All right. Very good.
I could only see the shoreline on this side.
Okay. All right. Very good. You've done really well. Fantastic. So now we're going to go to the point of your exiting the body. See where you exited the body from. We're going to follow your soul. You've done really well. Once again, this will not distress you physically, mental, emotionally, energetically, or vibrationally through the remainder of the session or after the session. It will only free you of any distress you've been carrying or carrying forward in this life. After this session, you'll be free from the distress of the experience energetically, vibrationally, subconsciously, mentally, and more. And so it is. Go to the point of your exiting the body and see where your soul exited from now. 3, 2, 1. We close the prior scenes. The point of which your soul was exiting your body as that whale, we're dead now.
On the boat, and I see that the final blow coming, like a shadow coming down, the knock on the head or something, like that's it.
All right. On the head, now see your soul exit the body. We're going to follow it. Where did it exit from? Is it from the head? Where?
It came out between the third eye.
Thank you.
In between the whale's third eye.
So now it's come out. We're going to follow your soul. If it's has any kind of communication, if it's feeling anything, mention it. It's come out of the third eye region as a fish. What did it do next? Well, let's follow it and describe what it looks like. Things like that.
It's a luminescent light, like it's like a vortex type shape, spiraling up.
And it's going up. Let's follow it again. If it's feeling anything or anything is going on with it, mention it. Let's follow it and follow see where it eventually went. Keep going with it. Mention anything that is important as you were journeying with the soul. If it's feeling anything, mention it. Once you're out of the body, are any of the other souls out, or is it just you?
Yeah, I feel like the soul tried to get the overview of everything, and then it's tried to go down, I think, to attach to the baby, the one that it saw killed first, like to get closure on what happened to the other whale.
Okay, let's go to see what happened in that case. We're going to go visit that now. Relaxing and brain, just tell me everything that is happening. You have all the recall that is relevant. We're grateful to the heavenly host for making it possible. 3, 2, 1. Let's go to that part now. Go to it.
The other one's still alive. The baby was still alive. So it's gone there.
And then as you went there, what happens?
Oh.
What's that?
It's kind of
What's that?
It's kind of like into that baby, like through like the blowhole, maybe like it's entered into that. It was still alive and it's gone in. It's like gone up, taken a look, and then just shot back
into the baby whale.
Yeah, because they were related, so it's gone straight back into that. It's gone straight back in, but I mean, it's gone in where you think it's like the blowhole, but I mean, it all disperses around it's all like just inflating. It's not like just one trail, but it's aimed for that point.
Yep.
And then it's like fully embodied that whole form.
Okay. So when it entered that, what did that feel like? Let's see what happened with that now. You're able to connect to it very clearly. Any further discomfort within your body is released. You're able to speak on this as who you are now in the form that you are. You're able to speak on this without any discomforts, without any transference of any vibrational energy of discomfort of any type. You're able to discuss this freely because you're clearing all that is necessary to be cleared. 3, 2, 1. So it's entered. But what happens next?
Well, it was left to die, and its blood is just draining out, but it's hanging up, but it's not dead.
Okay. So even though it's entered the new body, that new body is entered now, is now being hung. Is that right? Okay.
It's been.
As once again, this has been viewed. This does not distress you in any shape or form. Again, you're watching this as an observer. This is to free you of any attachment of strain from the prior experience. We're releasing this from this today, from you subconsciously, energetically, vibrationally, physically, through this session. And after this session, you'll feel totally in control of your health and well-being in a perfect way. So now it's hanging. Go to the next important part of it then. It's now hanging. The body that it's gone into as a baby is hanging. What goes on next?
It's just slow and horrible. It's like got blood dripping out from its head.
Okay.
And it's eyes like a little slit. It's just open.
Okay.
But they think they've done the job, but it's like I'm still alive.
Okay.
And I'm just slowly closing down my eyes.
All right.
And it's not actually too painful. It's actually just, I don't know, things have shifted into like more of a blissful state because it's coming close.
Okay.
It's not actually bad.
Okay. So let's go to the final moments again and see what happens to you in the final moments. And if you pass, again, see where you exit the body. 3, 2, 1. This does not cause you any strain of any type. You're able to observe and report it without taking on any vibration within your body. The final moments of this, go to it now to see what eventually happens. But
I feel like the motor has started up again and they're ready to move on.
okay.
They've got everything's. I don't understand why I'm hanging, but there's a lot like lying, and then it's cut off, and then I'm just left. I don't know if I think I'm on the deck of the boat.
Mm-hmm. Still alive?
Yeah.
Okay, so about how many fish do you see approximate that were caught by this particular time on this particular boat? Still breathing, the white bit of source for all creation?
There's so many.
Okay.
At least 50.
Thank you.
More.
50 or more.
There's
That's perfect. 50 or more. Mm-hmm.
They're so little. Like you'd almost think they were like tuna, but they're like just little.
So about 50 or more fish were caught. Okay. So now we're going to move now. They're moving on now. Go to the next important moment now. You've been cut down again. Now, that body that you say you entered, was there another soul in there prior because it was already there? Was there another soul in there prior? Wasn't there another soul prior in that body that you entered from one fish to the other? Wasn't there already a soul in it? Get to know now. Relax and breathe. 3, 2, 1. When you enter that baby fish body, whale body, baby body, wasn't there a soul within it already when you said you entered to the blowhole?
Yeah, but its life force energy was really like low, so it was.
So you were able to exchange with it and come in.
Yeah, it wasn't that. It was just kind of accepting that it was on its way out, like it was.
So when you
like
entered it, what happened to that soul? Let's see what exactly happened to it. If there's any connection or communication or anything, interaction, I should say, between you and that other soul, let's hear it and know it. 3, 2, 1, just to see what happened, because that's very unusual. If there's any interaction with you and the soul itself when you were entering it or at any point at all, let's see it now. 3, 2, 1. We're back at that point now when you were entering the body again. You came in through the blowhole you mentioned.
At the start, it was confused, and then he goes, "I know why you're here because I'm on my way out, so that's okay." Like.
So when you went in, where did you situate when you entered the body of the fish? Where were you situated, and what happened? Where was the other soul? You have total clarity. It is clear to you as you're tuned perfectly and clearly. 3, 2, 1. Where were you situated when you entered the soul eventually through the blowhole? And what was the other one? That's it. You have total clarity. It's right there.
It's like two light form energies, like together, and then one is quite small and one is quite big.
Which one is you? Just to be clear.
I'm the bigger force energy. Yeah. Like I've got my life force energy.
All right.
And this one is diminishing, and then they're like, well, the small one is like, well, I know why you're here because I'm about to leave.
Okay.
And there was change, and there was a knowing, like there was an inner knowing that you've come here to check up on me, and I understand now that it's okay for me to leave because you've come in to take over where I can know exist.
All right. So what eventually happened to it? The one that
its eyes eventually closes down on the boat.
Okay.
After the motor starts and they start to move on because they've got everything. And the timeline feels like it was meant to be dead a long time ago, but I don't know if it was because of this exchange or this new body. Yep. It was alive for a lot longer than the rest. And it witnessed to everything.
Yep.
And then once it was all kind of wrapped up and finished, it was like it was there to see it out, to see what happened at the end.
Yep.
Closure of the story. And then the eyes just close.
Right.
And then it's all known, and this body that's come in, this soul has all the information that it's collected from as much as it could possibly sustain within that life, whilst the other soul was diminishing and leaving until it left.
Okay. Now, this soul, that other less lit soul, or the smaller soul as you put it, eventually left.
Yeah, it left.
Okay. And now you remain within the body.
It knew that it was safe to leave because they felt like they had an assignment to do. They come together to complete an assignment to get all the information that they possibly could. And the soul knew that the other soul was coming in to assist on that assignment, and that because their soul could not remain in that form anymore, the other there to assist.
Very good. Where did it exit from? What part of the body would that smaller soul exit from? Are you able to see it now? 3, 2, and 1. It's time for it to exit. Was there any other communication between you and the other soul before it exited, just before it exited, or around that time? If there is, mention. If not, just tell where it exited through from the body.
Oh, it went out the blowhole.
Oh, you went
It
out
went out
the blowhole.
kind of out. No, I don't think it's it. Hang on.
Okay, I'm going to place my hand on your third eye forehead region so you have the clarity that you require. It's there now. 3, 2, 1. I place my hand on your third eye forehead region for clarity. Where?
Yeah, it went out the tail. It didn't have any energy to go out. It wanted to go out the top, but it couldn't. It had to just slowly go out the tail end.
Okay.
It went out the tail.
Okay. Now, when it exited, how did you feel being there now of your own within the body? Was there any difference when the other soul was out of the body? What did it feel like?
It was empty. It was done. There was no reason to be there anymore.
Okay. And what did you eventually do as a soul?
Left.
Through where?
Behind the same way. I followed the soul out.
Okay, so you both come out. What did you see when you both exited? What was the view that you saw? If anything was communicated, mention it. We're gonna follow you now, your path and where you eventually went to as souls. You're out of the body now, both of you. What happened next? You're doing absolutely fantastic. Continue to breathe with the divine white bed of source for all creation. You both exited. What happens next? Walk me through what happened till you end up where you both ended up at. You've exited the body, both of you now, the little one first, then you. What happens next? You want to follow your soul to see where you eventually got to as souls. Or went to. There you go. What's that?
I'm just gonna say, I feel like there was this is I don't have a full following of the trail of the soul.
That's okay.
But what came to me just then was that first smaller one attempted to come out through the birthing, which was my sister who was a stillborn, and then the next one that came through was me. Me, like Rhea.
Okay.
I don't know, that's just what came through. I mean, I couldn't.
This is why. Okay, this is why. Exactly right. This is why. Yeah.
There's no. All I see it after the tail is like a boat in the water, and then I thought of a flower, but then I'm like, oh, well, the smaller one was the stillborn.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one that came through, which was basically me anyway, was me being born. I think so.
When you say being born now, that you mean as in through your mother, right?
Yeah.
Good. There's a reason I asked for you, just so you know. Okay. So now, the reason, of course, why we got to this story was I said we were going to go to the life that is most relevant to the life that you're living now.